From all of the Season 3 map changes leaked to the location of the jungle biome leaked already in the key art alongside 4 Battle Pass skins, we already have our first official look at some of these in-game, alongside so many crazy things happening in these final days all week now on the lead up to Chapter 4 Season 3. Real quick, if you want the next Battle Pass for completely free, Peely says you need to drop a like in 3, 2, 1. Hey, congratulations, enjoy your Battle Pass when it comes. Last video I asked you guys to name this emote, and here's a ton of hearted comments on screen right now that got it right. This now, however, is our new emote, so let me know what this is down below in the comments, and if you get it right and your comment gets hearted, it could be showed on screen in the next video. And considering we're incredibly close to 2.54 million subscribers, whilst you're clicking buttons, hit the button, turn on all notifications. After all, it only benefits you, as we do try and give different subscribers every single day, with proof for that on screen right now. It would put a giant smile on my face and cheer up Charlie the Charcoal Pug if you could enter code FM1 inside the Fortnite item shop right now. Literally, I believe one of the shortest codes to enter, and it greatly supports us and the channel. And as we dive into that, something that will benefit you guys is following my Instagram down below in the pinned comment and also the description, as I'm going to be putting a ton of V-Bucks codes on my stories, so some of you guys can get the Battle Pass for free. Who knows, I might even put a 13,500 V-Bucks card on there, so get following. As for the earthquakes now that ultimately are the development toward the ending of this season, as we're not seeing a live event the first Season 2 of a chapter. I know, to not have the first storyline related live event like Chapter 2 Season 2 The Device and Chapter 3 Season 2 Collision. These initially sprouted up in 24.10, the first of 4 downtime updates we've seen this season. Then in 24.20 started earthquaking and shaking the ground, with rubble actually emerging from the cracks. As it was previously leaked, we would be seeing an apocalyptic stage where they get out of hand, which is what seems to be happening right now, as FNBR Watch right here, Earthquake Watch or Updater, states earthquakes are now much more violent and have a longer duration time. Also something to know, earthquakes now happen later into a game rather than in the first zone. Of course, with earthquakes like in Chapter 1 Season 7, as this chapter is Chapter 1 in reverse, so it seems in terms of the themes correlating going forward, as we're now in Chapter 4 Season 2 correlating to Season 9. Of course, that leaves next season, Chapter 1 Season 8, to correlate to Chapter 4 Season 3, which it most likely will, considering we got the live event of the Ice Storm, which didn't really affect too much anything going into the Season 8 trailer, and we had these earthquake developments in the final days of Season 7 like we're seeing now, so who knows, we still could get the volcano, despite it not being shown on this key artwork asset right here as the jungle biome, or even in the background as if it sprouted near about this area, as the volcano in Chapter 1 Season 8, don't forget, was literally just on the outskirts, if not amongst the jungle area itself, kind of, you know, poking out of it as it was higher up. And speaking of this jungle biome that yes, we have our first look at, confirming all 4 of these will be Battle Pass skins next season, other than Meowscles potentially teasing jungle route grind rails, like the grind rails we see now not only around Mega City, but have spread across the island to even medieval-like areas such as the Citadel. Without getting too off track, this jungle biome in and of itself, from tracking the earthquake cracks that data miners have over on Twitter, as you can see, it's clearly forming some sort of area, or kind of, you know, looping round in the central point of the map. For this reason, it looks like, of course, we're going to be seeing a central biome change instead of a lot of the other POIs affected, or another area added onto the outskirts of the island like we saw from the transition between Chapter 4 Season 1 and Chapter 4 Season 2. This is already giving me Season 7 Chapter 2 vibes, considering this was of course the affected or changed area of this particular season with the spire demolished, and maybe rightfully so too, considering the last reality are going to be at the forefront of the storyline come later this year, as we're going to be seeing the finale of it going into Chapter 5 according to data miners on November 29th, 2023. Season 3 of each chapter, like Chapter 2 Season 3 and Chapter 3 Season 3, is over the summer, hence, well, now is the summer time. Of course, we're not only going to be seeing another summer event full of free rewards, as data miners are actually already leaked for the upcoming season, but we won't be seeing a live event storyline related, as Epic Games take holiday leave. They also do this in winter over Winterfest once they've released the presents and such, but this is a better free rewards event in my opinion, and the trailer's views when they're released prove that. This literally had like 50 million last year. And of course, with their summer event, the reason I'm mentioning this is because we're going to be getting more map changes once we get the initial Season 3 map changes surrounding this summer event in particular. Last year around the Sanctuary, and to do with Pride Month too, Epic Games implemented a giant rainbow and all of these other summer themed map changes to complement the event or come along with it, even surfboards stuck in the sand, which we know now are an upcoming vehicle in Chapter 4 Season 3. However, we're going to have to wait until the season launches to see if that's definitely happening, considering it's already been leaked, yes, but last season we got leaked to skateboards upcoming as a new skating mechanic potentially looking like this in the early stages, which never came to be, despite all of the skate parks being added again in the Sanctuary area to complement the No Sweat summer event. And hopefully, as we got this as an NPC, this character right here, the Underwriter, we get him in the item shop during Chapter 4 Season 3 in this summer event. Fun fact, considering we've already covered that earthquakes are now linked to the end of the storm circles instead of the initial ones when starting up again, and we also know something else on the map is also linked to the storm sequences, the Cyber Dragon in terms of blowing out this digitalized air every single storm circle. Both of these things further imply that they're going to be involved in, of course, yes, the Chapter 4 Season 3 cinematic trailer. It's going to be another unexpected one, I'm not going to lie, as to what we're definitely going to be seeing and how it's all going to play out in terms of the characters and stuff like Chapter 4 Season 2 cinematic, as in the final days of Chapter 4 Season 1 with the Rift Gate being opened and started up and then even being destroyed. We knew there was definitely something happening with this, but we didn't expect the Peace Syndicate to literally bring their home base of operation from whatever reality they were located in and other members into the Fortnite universe we're currently in. As we've already covered where the map will be changing for the jungle biome, however, without anything being added onto the exterior of the island, actually extending what we can play on as a Battle Royale arena, so to speak. This may be happening still, the extension of the Chapter 4 island, as we're also expecting a desert biome alongside some other areas that we're going to be revealing in a second, literally leaked on a loading screen right in front of our eyes. As you can see, Wenzo stated in as early as 24.20 this season, Epic added some files for Chapter 4 specific palm trees and cacti. This combined with the survey skins that we currently know are being worked on, it appears that Chapter 4 Season 3 will have a desert and tropical theme, meaning another Grand Canyon-like area such as Paradise Palms or a desert biome, should I say. On top of that, he further followed up on the 7th of May with Epic are working on new Chapter 4 versions of the Joshua trees like those in the Chapter 1 Season 5 desert biome that he's attached an image of, and this could either be for creative or we could be seeing a small desert area in Season 3, which nicely correlates to what was leaked this season according to Hypex, actually revealing already our first look at the biomes that will be added to the island in Chapter 4 Season 3. As he stated, Fortnite have teased some Season 3 biomes this whole time in Chapter 4's loading screen. And despite this apparently getting leaked this season also, as you can see, he states tropical bottom left, right here, and also the mid right, which I'm guessing he means here, and then the desert biome being in the top right and middle left and also middle. Chapter 4 did start out a lot smaller than the rest of the islands, which makes me believe Epic Games aren't done in terms of attaching new areas of terrain to the island like they did again from the transition from Season 1 of this chapter to Season 2. And speaking of the area added despite Mega City this season being the focal point of it all, of course just on the outskirts many people believe this to be an inactive volcano that then would be erupting or awakening, eventually destroying in a live event perhaps Mega City. This doesn't mean alongside the jungle biome being added we don't see other jungle areas instead of just what is going to be appearing in the center of the island according to the earthquake cracks, as they could be adding another terrain area as Echo created in this concept that's also in the thumbnail today in the top left or another area. The only thing that's not really accurate based off leaks in terms of this concept is the fact that the Citadel will be staying and it's no longer on here in what he's managed to create. How we know about these map changes remaining, even Mega City as it's not going to be destroyed confirmed now, is from Fortnite Espanol, being the Spanish Fortnite Twitter according to Firemonkey, that he mentioned in this long tweet of themes and dates and such. I'm not going to read the full thing, and all you guys need to know really is the bottom conclusion. Based on these themes, it would appear that Mega City and medieval areas such as the Citadel should be sticking around for next season. This could even involve Anvil Square despite it being more central, and potentially also conjoining halfway into or starting into the jungle biome area. Who knows, we could get tree roots here that we can grind on also, and I'm guessing we're going to see more tree roots spread around the map as grind rails if there are those throughout the season, as this is what we've seen with the grind rails obviously themed around the Mega City design this season, even if it does look kind of weird in terms of the contrast of a futuristic movement design and then a medieval area such as the Citadel. Something that nobody's talking about now as everyone's given up hope on it becoming a thing next season is first person, and this actually may be the time we receive it now, randomly or surprisingly dropped on us by Fortnite. The reason for this being is because they further updated it recently to have a shoulder swap so that we can choose what side of the screen our gun's going to be on, and also they've worked on a ton of different weird looking or wacky skins in terms of their structure as to how first person camera would actually operate. Chapter 4 Season 1 we got an early look on some of the weapons, however some of them were more glitched out than others. It definitely would be cool to view all of these brand new jungle biome and desert map changes on the Chapter 4 island with every single gun and it finally be finished in Chapter 4 Season 3 alongside even riding raptors as leaked also in the kiosk. And just before we move on to a list of a ton of things upcoming in terms of vehicles and features for Chapter 4 Season 3, of course Epic Games now have confirmed on Fortnite's news tab even today that June 9th is going to be the release date of Chapter 4 Season 3 or 25.00 being the 25th season of Fortnite. Not only that, but according to Not Palo Leaks right here, he's actually projected or found inside information of some sort of the upcoming updates even after the new season being 25.10 on June 20th, a smaller one update 25.11 on June 27th, and then update 25.20 for July 4th where we're going to be seeing the return of the July 4th skins and maybe even some new ones. And last but not least, we have a huge list of of weapons, if it wasn't already obvious. This one that is stated in this list by Hypex from the key art loading screen, which he potentially thinks is a lever pistol like the lever action shotgun. With the introduction of helipads on this island with Mega City arriving, of course, we expected them to return at some point this season, but this wasn't the case. However, they will be next season, with also a launcher that shoots every 2 seconds and deals 35 damage and 450 damage to builds. On top of that, if your eyesight's not the best too, Fortnite are now working on a legendary and epic version of a thermal bolt action sniper that deals 116 or 121 damage and 290 to 303 headshot damage with a 3-second reload. The mythic shotgun is being worked on and deals 73 body damage and 109 headshot damage with a slower fire rate and 3-second reload, which potentially could be held by the mythic boss in the jungle biome that data miners found. The last jungle boss we saw had a very interesting mythic to turn us kind of, invisible, being Predator. And on top of that, some other weapons that nobody's really going to be using too much. The infantry rifle and lever action shotguns were updated last season, meaning they could be upcoming next season to fit this theme again, as the lever action pistol, or what seems to be one, is upcoming. Before you leave today, make sure to follow my Instagram once again, as I'm giving away tons of V-Bucks, even max battle passes over there on my story, linked in the top of the video description or pinned comment, and leave a like in this video if you learned something new, while subscribing to the channel with all notifications turned on so that you don't miss any future leaks pouring out immediately. As for where you go to now, click this video I've picked out for you on screen specifically whilst you wait for the very next video I do publish on the channel.